The Secret Life of Trees by Sierra Chevalier. Do you know the oldest living thing in the world? Can you guess the heaviest living thing on Earth? Or the tallest thing alive? The answer to all three questions is a tree. Trees are all around us, but what do you really know about them? Turn the page and discover the secret world of trees. Tree life. When you look at a tree, what do you see? You see bark that protects a tree's trunk and branches. The bark at the bottom is old. It is rough and cracked. At the top, the bark is young and smooth. The tallest tree. The tallest tree alive today is over 360 feet high. It is a coast redwood growing in California. There is enough wood in its trunk to build over 300 houses. When you look at a tree, you can only see half of it. The other half is underground. These are the roots, pushing their way through the thick earth. They can spread out through the soil as far as the tree is high, rooting around. The roots of a tree that is 150 feet tall stretch under the earth for an area the size of a soccer field. A tree can live longer than all other living things. It can live for hundreds, even thousands of years. A tree needs sunlight and water to grow. High above the ground, the tree leaves use energy from the sun to make food. Below ground, the tree's roots spread out in search of water. The oldest tree. The oldest recorded tree in the world is a bristlecone pine. It is an amazing 4,900 years old. When you look at a tree, you can see a home for many animals and birds. High up in the branches, birds carefully build nests. They lay their eggs out of sight and out of reach of other animals. Under the tree's branches, wasps may build a nest. Insects and bugs live on and under a tree's bark. Insect disguise. Some insects, like the thorn bug, disguise themselves as part of a tree so they don't get eaten. In the earth, under the roots of a tree, rabbits and badgers dig their homes. A tree in summer is an animal hotel. Kinds of trees. Trees come in all shapes and sizes, but there are two main types: broadleaf trees and conifers. A broadleaf tree has large, flat leaves on its wide-spreading branches. The shady green forests of eastern North America are mostly made up of broadleaf trees. Many broadleaf trees change their leaves as the seasons change. In the cold chill of winter, most broadleaf trees have no leaves. The leaves have dropped off because there is less sunlight. As spring begins, fresh new leaves open from buds on the branches. The tree wakes up from its winter sleep as the days get longer and there is more sunlight. By summer, the tree is covered with bright green leaves. The leaves give shade, shelter, and food to many animals and insects. As the weather gets colder in the misty autumn, the tree's leaves change color. Some leaves turn brown, others turn bright yellow or brilliant red. Then they fall to the ground. The tree is getting ready to sleep again until next spring. Not all trees lose their leaves in winter. Some, like conifers, are evergreen. Conifers can live in colder places than most broadleaf trees. Instead of wide, flat leaves, they have short, sharp needles that shed snow easily. Bouncy branches. The branches of a conifer are extra bouncy. This is so they don't snap even when covered with thick snow. Conifer trees produce hard, scaly cones to protect their seeds. Cones come in different sizes. Some are less than half an inch. The cone of the sugar pine is 2 feet long. A pine cone can help you forecast the weather. When it is warm, the scales of the cone open up. They close again when a storm is on the way. This is to keep the seeds dry. Wherever you are in the world, you can usually find trees growing. In steamy, wet jungles, trees grow so close together that hardly any light reaches the forest floor. Tropical trees grow in the warmest countries of the world. Lots of tasty fruits and nuts come from tropical trees: avocados, dates, mangoes, and Brazil nuts. Coconut palms grow wild on the beaches of many tropical countries. This palm tree's seed is inside its hairy coconut shell. The shell contains milk so the seed can start growing even if it is washed up somewhere dry. Killer trees. The seed of the strangler fig grows in the roots of another tree. As it grows, its roots strangle the other tree and cut out the sunlight until it dies. When you look at a tree, you can see the source of wood and paper. The table you sit at and the chair you sit on may be made of wood from trees. The swing you play on may be made from wood. And the biggest secret of all, even the book you are reading comes from a tree.